Welcome everybody. As you may know, 50 years ago, Mr. Laporte started his venture in creating two creams, the Synchro and the Cytobi, to help skin burn victims. And that was 50 years ago. And we are this year celebrating those 50 years in the duo packs that you may know come with Synchro and Cytobi. There's Synchro and other products. And today, Danielle's going to delve into the Immuno and the Nuclea, which are two of the partners that join up with Synchro in those duo packs, and why the duo packs make such an ideal Christmas gift for yourself or for someone special in your life. Danielle, I can't wait to hear what you're going to say about the Immuno and Nuclea, because they're definitely two products I love very much. I know my mother is crazy about both Nuclea and Immuno, and I just really like to hear what it's all about.
Sure. Share my screen.
Yes.
Okay. All right, everyone can see that?
Yep.
Okay, great. So as Frank said, we're going to continue on with the duos. So we've covered all of the other products in the duos, and the last one today is our Immuno and our Nuclea. So we're going to run through this in around 15 minutes. So starting with our Immuno, let's look at who that's for. So we're going to look at returning and using Immuno in our treatments for aged skin, pigmented skin, clients with acne and scarring, if you're losing that firmness on the skin. We can also use Immuno on the body, on stretch marks, and it's absolutely excellent on milia and blackheads. But we are going to look at avoiding using this on these conditions as well. It's not ideal for rosacea or inflammatory skin conditions. We're not going to use it on a sensitive or reactive skin until we strengthen the skin. And it's not to be applied over the nipple and the bust either. We can use it on the décolletage, but not all the way over the bust. So let's look at Immuno. Immuno Mask has been used at the very beginning. It was created back in 1979. Now the name Immuno Mask is linked to the immune system. So the product encourages a healthy skin barrier and helps to strengthen the skin's immunity, thus the name Immuno Mask. So genetics philosophy has always been not to over exfoliate the skin, as this can destroy the skin's microbiome and its barrier and can create unhealthy cells, as the skin's got to replace those exfoliated cells too quickly, and therefore the product it produces cells are not in good health. If we're constantly stimulating the skin to renew itself, those cells are not healthy. Immuno Mask does stimulate basal cell turnover, and these cells push the older skin cells up to the skin surface where they're exfoliated away naturally. Immuno Mask used in conjunction with Synchro creates the perfect harmony. We've got it in the duo box, but we've always said Synchro and Immuno together do work wonderfully, as the new cells, as we're stimulating that cell renewal, are given optimum nutrition by the application of Synchro. They just work perfectly in harmony. Immuno Mask, expect to feel it. When you apply Immuno Mask, you will feel that tingle. This is due to an increase in blood flow and the penetration of the product into the skin. It's not a reaction. Please reassure your client this is a normal response. So Immuno Mask, we're going to go through the different conditions that we're treating with Immuno. So Immuno Mask for anti-aging, prematurely aged skin, lines and wrinkles. What's the treatment aim with that? It's going to refine the skin surface and minimize the appearance of lines and wrinkles. It will encourage that cell turnover and bring it back to a healthy, more youthful cellular turnover, regulating that basal cell activity. For acne, Immuno Mask is excellent on inflamed acne, cystic acne, acne stages 1, 2, and 3, as I said, blackheads and milia. The treatment aim here is to strengthen the skin's immunity, improve the lymphatic function, normalize that basal cell turnover, and it's going to encourage natural cell desquamation, so that exfoliation, therefore clearing out clogged pores and preventing congestion in the case of acne. Immuno for pigmentation, it's excellent on hyperpigmentation and melasma, and also on dull or lifeless skin. It's going to increase blood flow and lymphatic flow. It's going to regulate basal cell turnover. It's going to push those pigmented cells to the skin surface where they're naturally exfoliated, leaving the skin brighter and clearer in appearance. We can definitely use Immuno on the body as well for stretch marks. So the treatment aim here is going to regulate basal cell turnover, refine and exfoliate the skin surface. It will also stimulate that collagen and elastin. It's also very good on scarring. So we can use it on post-acne scarring and surgery scarring. It's going to normalize cell function and increase collagen and elastin, minimizing the appearance of scarring. So some of the ingredients with our Immuno, and we're going to look at kaolin clay here. Now, this isn't just in Immuno, it's in our GERnétic, it's in Hydrogel and in the marine mask as well. Kaolin clay is one of the finest, most gentle clay varieties. It's a naturally occurring clay, mostly found in soil, developed from the weathering of rocks. Now, kaolin clay is good for treating red, blotchy, and painful acne. So it's going to reduce inflammation. It gives a really clear, bright appearance to the skin. It also has a detoxifying effect. Kaolin's drawing, it draws out impurities such as dirt, grime, and pollution. So that's where it's going to help with blackheads and congestion. This cleanses out the pores and prevents them from clogging up and causing blackheads and acne. It's got a slightly abrasive action, so kaolin clay makes a good exfoliant. It scourges off dead skin cells and flaky cells, keeping the skin looking smooth and soft, refining off those cells that are ready to be removed, leaving the skin nice and smooth so it reflects the light beautifully and the skin looks more even. Kaolin's also hydrating when moist, but becomes drawing when it dries. Now, if you leave your mask on at home for a long time, what can happen is that kaolin, rather than giving a hydration, will actually start to dry out the skin, which is why we encourage the use of foil in the salon treatment and a shorter time application at home. Don't go leaving that on for half an hour because it will become a bit too drawing. So other ingredients in Immuno is our amino acids. They encourage the turnover of those basal cells and healthy cellular functions. We've got arginine in there, helping to produce collagen. Lysine, again, stimulating that collagen, minimizing the appearance of scarring. Methionine, helping to give us a nice even skin tone. And glutamine, working to improve the health of the skin. You've also got trace elements, or those minerals in there, encouraging healthy functioning of the immune system and improving the structure and strength of the skin. You've also got fatty acids in there to help with the hydration and soften the skin. So the benefits of ImmunoMask when we're treating aging. So optimal cell turnover is 28 days. This can be under in an oily skin and over in an aging skin. Immuno works to bring back that cell turnover to around a 28-day time frame, encouraging healthy, youthful, clear skin. As we said, Immuno linking through to that skin barrier, the immune system. Immuno, as its name suggests, works to strengthen the skin's immunity by improving lymphatic flow and the skin's barrier function. It's going to bring radiance and brighten the skin. Applied all over the face, it improves that microcirculation, the blood and lymphatic flow, and it reduces the appearance of hyperpigmentation. And it will work on inflamed acne. And we can mix Synchro and Immuno together. This combination boosts the skin's immunity and reduces inflammation, along with gently exfoliating. We'll look at that in a bit more detail. So how can we use Immuno at home? For basic skin maintenance, aging skin maintenance, apply as a mask around 2 to 3 times a week. You apply a thin layer over the face and neck and around the eyes and leave to act for 5 minutes. It's a really quick, easy mask, and it's done beautifully in the morning to really energize the skin. So we can leave that on for 5 minutes and then just rinse it with water. For aging skins, for optimal results, we do suggest that you use the Mito Special serum with it. So apply your Mito Special 3 to 4 sprays and then follow with ImmunoMask. This combination increases the action of ImmunoMask by 3 times. So combining those two gives you the ultimate result. Minimum application for best results 2 to 3 times a week as a course until the products are finished. And you can do that 3 or 4 times a year. For pigmentation, just apply as above for the aging skins. For acne and scarring, using at home, we can mix Synchro 50-50 with our ImmunoMask to massage that in the hands together and apply and leave on the skin overnight. On spots, you can apply ImmunoMask directly to the area, and you can leave that on just to draw out any congestion in specific breakout areas. Familiar and blackheads, apply as a mask on areas of concern and do that 2 or 3 times a week for around 5 to 10 minutes to really draw out that congestion. In a salon treatment for dull and pigmented skin, apply your Mito Special and follow with Immuno. We do suggest you use the foil, that's keeping that hydration level up. And also we found that it does reduce the tingle a bit as well if you use the foil over it. We're going to leave that for 10 minutes. For aging skins, we do suggest you use that Mito Special and follow with the ImmunoMask and leave again for 10 minutes. For acne skins, we're going to use it slightly differently. We're going to mix that with our synchro. So half a teaspoon of synchro and half a teaspoon of ImmunoMask, and then carry out a 10 to 15 minute lymphatic massage until that's been absorbed into the skin. If you do want to use it for stretch marks on the body, you can again mix your synchro and your ImmunoMask together, massage that in with slow effleurage, and then you can use your mineral mask, your mineral setting mask, to infuse that into the skin when we're treating stretch marks on the body. Another little tip here, this is Dr. Laporte's advice, we can also use ImmunoMask as an exfoliator. So the mask can be applied in a very thin layer and left to dry. So we leave it for about 15 to 20 minutes, and you can press it into the skin to increase that penetration and the drying time. Once it's dried, you can actually use the product and roll it away, what we used to call a gommage. So as it's dry, we roll the product off the skin very gently, supporting the skin as you're doing it. And as it rolls away, it's a little bit like a rubber. It'll exfoliate very gently those dead skin cells and leave the skin really nice and bright and clear. With that, if you have any other questions on how to use it as a gommage, please just contact myself or Jemima. So we're moving on now to Nuclea. So Nuclea, who is this for? It's actually for more mature skins and skins showing signs of imperfection. So we're looking around 30, 35 plus, skin showing signs of aging, lines and wrinkles visible on the skin. We can use it on scarring, and that's at any age, and pigmentation spots. It will actually help to treat vitiligo, and we'll look at that a little bit later. We can use it on inflamed acne and those with visible damage on the skin. Who is it not for? If you've got a young, healthy skin, you're not going to be needing Nuclea yet. So Nuclea works on the cell's nucleus, thus the name Nuclea cream. As we age, our DNA ages and the cells start to function at a slower rate, and we produce age-damaged cells. Unfortunately, the genetic material gets damaged and those cells renew as aged or senile cells. And what Nuclea does is it actually helps to give all the nutrition to keep the cells functioning in a more youthful fashion. Nuclea helps to rejuvenate and bring youth and vitality back to the cells. Nuclea can be described as a skin eraser, as it helps treat all aging concerns by acting at the heart of the cell. What I often do is I look at a client's skin, and if I see imperfections, you can actually just apply Nuclea in areas on lines, wrinkles, scarring, or pigment to help erase those imperfections. Nuclea works directly on skin cells. Let's look at the different cells that we can affect with Nuclea. So our fibroblast cells are our collagen and elastin producing and our hyaluronic producing cells. With Nuclea, that will help to improve collagen and elastin production, having a direct effect on the appearance of lines and wrinkles. It's also going to work on the basal cells by encouraging youthful cell division, bringing it back to around that 28 days, encouraging youthful cell turnover and therefore a clearer, brighter, more youthful skin. It's also going to work on the melanocytes by regulating and normalizing melanin production. So if we have pigmentation, those melanin cells are working too fast, and then Nuclea will help to regulate and normalize that melanin production. In the case of vitiligo or hypopigmentation, where the melanin's not being produced, Nuclea can actually help to activate melanin synthesis. So who is it for? Clients 35, skin showing aging. Oh, sorry, that's a repeat slide. There we go, hang on, oh, I went back, sorry. There we go. Nuclea anti-aging. So we can use Nuclea on our aged skins, prematurely aged skins, deeper lines and wrinkles. The treatment aim here, working on the cell's DNA to encourage healthy, youthful cell functioning, and it's normalizing that cell turnover. For acne, now this may not be something that you consider using Nuclea on, but Nuclea is actually very good for reducing inflammation. So if you're looking at inflamed cystic or pustular acne that's going to look like it's going to scar, we can actually use Nuclea very effectively here to reduce that inflammation and to prevent scarring on the skin. Nuclea, as I said, we can use it on pigmentation and vitiligo. It's going to help with hyperpigmentation, that melasma. It's also going to help with dull, lifeless skins and that vitiligo. It's going to normalize that melanin synthesis. Some of our ingredients here for Nuclea are palmitoyl oligopeptides. So palmitoyl oligopeptide is a peptide or small protein consisting of a string of amino acids. When we look at peptides, there's strings of amino acids, and that peptide there stimulates collagen and elastin production. It also acts as a collagenase inhibitor. Now, collagenase is that enzyme in the skin that breaks down collagen. When we're young, what we want is that collagenase to break down the old collagen to make space for new collagen to be laid down. But unfortunately, as we age, we end up with more of that collagenase enzyme and less of the collagen being produced. So what can happen is the dysfunction there. We're getting too much breakdown of that collagen. So this will help to reduce that breakdown and keep that collagen there and nice and healthy. Our ingredients in here, we've got 12 amino acids. I'm not listing them all. This is including our proline, glycine, alanine, methionine, and arginine. Those work to boost that collagen production. We've got some minerals in there, the copper, zinc, calcium, and magnesium. They stimulate and they regulate the metabolic functions in the skin. We also have in Nuclea growth factors. And just to recap what a growth factor is, growth factors are proteins that move between the cells in our body. They communicate those crucial messages relevant to growth, healing, and survival. When these signaling proteins bind to a receptor on a cell surface, they send commands to replicate, repair, and rejuvenate. So growth factors help the skin's natural repair process and activate the regeneration of young and healthy cells. So growth factors are sort of really important for creating that healthy cell turnover, collagen, and elastin production. Benefits, they help the skin to act a more youthful and productive way. They result in healthier cells and a more youthful skin, and they help to regenerate those basal cells. We also have a nice mix of vitamins A, C, E, H, and that B complex, antioxidant, boosting collagen and repairing the skin. Allantoin is helping there with the inflammation. I said to you that Nuclea helps with inflammation. Allantoin, calendula, and hypericum, you'll find those also in your synchro, and they're very soothing and calming on the skin. You've got avocado and olive oil in there, nourishing, working on that skin barrier. So the benefits of Nuclea, just to recap here, encourages healthy DNA to optimize cell function of cells such as our basal cells, increasing that cell turnover, fibroblasts, collagen, elastin, your hyaluronic, and the melanocytes, normalizing the melanin production. Repairs damage to dermal cells. It reduces the appearance of scarring. It minimizes hyperpigmentation. It works to activate melanocytes to treat that vitiligo. Use, we apply it to imperfections to minimize their appearance and encourage cellular repair. So how do we use this at home? Anti-aging, as an intensive anti-aging treatment, we apply Nuclea morning and evening all over the face after your application of synchro. And please remember here that Nuclea is being used after. Normally with the case of these treatment creams, we use it under, but Nuclea we're using over synchro. We use it 2 to 3 times a year as an intensive treatment. And as I said, remember it a bit like that skin eraser. So you can apply your synchro, press your synchro in, and then just apply your Nuclea cream, lines, wrinkles, any imperfections to help activate that repair. It is recommended to use Mito Special and ImmunoMask as well to really act as an anti-aging treatment. We can use that 2 to 3 times a week in conjunction with our synchro and Nuclea. On visible aging lines and wrinkles, we can apply it just at night. So if you want to continue to use this, not such an intensive treatment, use it at night over your synchro. Massage in over synchro directly onto visible lines and wrinkles, and we can use that ongoing. For acneic cystic acne, apply a small amount of Nuclea AM and PM on areas of cystic acne, and you will note that this does help take down the inflammation. And as I said, if these clients are prone to scarring, it's going to help to prevent that scarring from occurring. We can use it over synchro, or we can use synchro 2000 as well. Pustular acne prone to scarring, in the case of clients prone to acne scarring or post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, we can use this localized AM and PM over synchro or our synchro 2000 cream. For pigmentation, if we've got clients with pigmentation, Nuclea can be used in small quantities directly over the synchro cream in areas where the pigmentation is visible. For vitiligo or hypopigmentation, for clients suffering with vitiligo, Nuclea can be recommended to encourage reactivation of the melanocyte cell. Treatment time can take 12 to 18 months. It's not instant. It is recommended that you get your client to seek out laser treatments to speed up the process. Nuclea in the case of vitiligo is used under synchro. So I've told you that we used the Nuclea over synchro. In the case of vitiligo, we use it under the synchro cream AM and PM. As I said, if you do have any questions, please contact Jemima or myself directly to help with any clients you may have. So Salon treatments, how do we use Nuclea? In all cases except vitiligo, hypopigmentation, Nuclea is applied over synchro cream under the mask. For best results, we recommend a preliminary treatment of Mito Special and ImmunoMask is performed. We can massage with synchro and then apply Nuclea cream onto the area we want to treat. In cases where you're using your Cytobi cream as well as your synchro, massage with synchro, apply your Cytobi and then follow with your Nuclea cream and then a professional mask. You can use any of the professional masks, your anti-age peel off, you can use your mineral mask, your vegetal, they're all going to work wonderfully with that. Now, we have got some Christmas duos left, so they are still available. We are running low on them, as Frank's indicating there, and I got the numbers, they are running out. It is a fantastic way. If you haven't had a client use Nuclea before, or they haven't used Immuno before, this is a really great way to introduce them to use those other treatment creams. We know synchro walks out of the door on its own, so this gives you an opportunity. If they come in and they buy the same duo every year, try and encourage them to try something different as well and add that in, because if you're buying these, they do make enormous savings. So thank you for that. That's me done. Unless anyone's got any questions, I'm going to pass you back over to Frank.